up with a spark, chasing the light today. Little moments hiding, waiting to be found my way. A smile in the chaos, a laugh in the rain. That's the magic calling, pulling me out of the gray. Feel it rising up, like the sun on my face. No more holding back, stepping into this space. Joyful findings, everywhere we go, energy high, let the good vibes flow. We're connecting hearts, lighting up the night. You and me together, everything feels right. Oh, joyful findings. Oh, bring the light. Oh, joyful findings.
Welcome everybody to the Joyful Findings Show this beautiful February 27th of 2026. Woo! This month flew right by. We got one day left. And Mark is here. Woo!
Yay! More school!
And I have Christopher in the background. He's going to
Yes!
join us at the beginning here today.
I'm your manager now.
He's my manager now. He's stepping it up.
I'll join
He needs
in.
his own show. He won't listen to me yet.
No.
So I'm so glad you're all hopping in here and joining us during this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful time and energy that we're in right now, depending on where you're flowing with it. Just know that everything's going to happen in divine time. Sometimes we as humans really want to rush things to be in our time the way we want them. And sometimes God has another plan.
Yes.
And he's had another plan for me for a very long time now.
He's had another plan for me since I've been in 5th grade.
Okay. But it's, I feel like we're all like being divinely guided right now. So pay attention to the signs, the symbols, and everything that's showing up for you to validate you. And please truly remember to discern through everything. Okay? Discern. Discern, discern, discern. I love that there's a bunch of you popping out there. Thank you out there on Rumble and YouTube, and I got Facebook up and X out there, and I know we're out on BitChute, so welcome. And even those that listen later on in the archives, because we have lots of people listening all around the world, I just want to say thank you for tapping in. Our lights needed to connect, and it's a very, very beautiful thing. So we're all starting to come into these more divine connections. I feel like we're starting to meet the people that we need to be meeting. We're coming together in harmony. I feel a harmony coming. I feel a harmony coming for us. So I'm pretty excited about all that. I hope you guys are too. There's a lot of things that are shifting and changing right now, and really just going with the flow and having that faith in God is super duper important. Super duper, because when you have faith, there is no room for fear. Okay, there's no room for fear because you're just going straight ahead. So what do we got here? I see there's a bunch of peeps out here. I love that you guys are joining in right now. This is awesome. Let's see who we got out there. We got Pat and Maureen and Ruth. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Marsha's out there. Miss Barbara's out there. Maureen's here. Pat's here. I think I said that already. Make sure I'm not missing over to anybody over there on Rumble right now. If you're there, say hey in the chat. I see Richard over on YouTube. And Sharon over on YouTube. So if you're over there, say hello. I don't see anyone from Facebook or X yet, but say hello. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, and Susie's out there too. Dia's out there too. Don't let me forget. I almost forgot you guys. I didn't really forget, but you know what I mean. So what have you been experiencing in this new little shift? I'm going to call it more of an inner awakening to everything that's going on right now. So what have you experienced going forward? Okay. What, how do I want to word this? I'm not even sure. So we'll just carry on. Okay. We'll just carry on from that. Anyways, the energy has been shifting in a lot of ways. I feel like it's a lot stronger, and I feel like we're getting a lot more done in a short amount of period of time. There's a lot of information that's flowing to you in a lot of different avenues. Wherever God could get your attention to give you those messages, I feel like you're going to be, I feel like they're being shown to you. Are you paying attention? You know what I mean? Are you connecting in with that? Expansion in your horizon of who you've been in this body in many different levels. Okay. I feel like there's so much exposure going on right now to what our true truth is, that it's going to be like a revelation for each of you to go through and realize about yourselves just how far you've come in your lifetime, how far we've come in this lifetime. Because don't forget, we all asked God if we could come down here to earth at this time and said, hey, you know, I think I can make a difference. I got some things I got to learn while I'm there, because, you know, earth is like a school. It's like a play. You know, it's like a college. It's all kind of things all wrapped up into one. So we could do a lot of things down here for experience. And those experiences that we chose to have while we were here brought us to this point right now. And during that time to get to this point right now, there have been things along the path that have shown themselves to you, maybe not to be revealed what they mean until now, right? Like all those breadcrumbs you've been gathering all that time, they're coming to the now. And now you're sitting through and you're going through them, right? It's like an old photo album, right? You're going through it and you're like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Everything is kind of like got this aha going on for you right now. Because many of you that are tapping in and listening now have done a lot of the, what is the word I want to use? Because I want to use the word work, but it's not the word that I really want to use, because we really got to be super duper careful about the words that we're using. So the experiences that we have experienced until now brought greater understanding and wisdom within this vessel that you're in, this soul that resides in you, that was that seed, that creation of God. And now all that information is being like flipped open like books. Like all this information is coming to you all at once. Like all this, I feel like there's major downloads going on. You know, you're starting to remember so much more and all that. Well, hello, Linda. I'm glad to see my Facebook stuff's working over there. I'm writing your name down. Messages in the second half hour. So yeah, where was I going with that? So all this information is coming to you right now. It's like, you know, it's kind of like, you know, going through a book and having like photographic memory and you remember it all. And it's just like a knowing, right? So I feel like you are tapping into your knowing. Okay. You're really getting a grasp on your knowing right now. Okay. And it's like I said, with all the experiences that we've gone through to get here, it's always going to be faith over fear. Okay. Because fear is something that keeps us trapped in something we don't want. Okay. And we are dismantling what we don't want anymore for what we are creating with the new words and intentions that we're moving forward with, right? Because more of you are more open. Maybe you're more, they're using the word open, right? Open to things that were outside your realm from growing up. You know, there's like, it's almost like they keep saying the knowing, like, you know, like there's something that you guys know right now. So tap into that knowing and understanding, because it's going to help you make better decisions about what you're creating in this very near future. Excuse me. I also want to mention about you are the master creator of what comes next. Okay? You are here to create joy, happiness, sovereignty, abundance in your life. How do you see that in your mind's eye, in your imagination, right? What does that look like to you? I want you all to picture what it is that you have passion for. What is it that you want to create? Maybe it's you want to just create a family. Maybe you want to create your own store. Maybe you want to have a farm. Maybe you want to do marketing. Whatever it is, okay? There's a plethora of things out there to have a passion for. But I want you, what ignites your inner fire? What brings you the most joy? What could you do for 3 to 4 hours a day that would feel like you'd never even went to work, so to speak, right? You went to joy. I say that. Let's go to joy, right? So what have you created for yourself or in your mind's eye? Because I'm telling you to imagine this now. What is it that you can create without any limitations on what you're creating? Right? Because limitations hold us down, lack, all that stuff that we think X, Y, Z can't happen because of whatever. Okay, so they're wanting you, and I mean they, by God, right? They are stepping forward for all of us and kind of like giving that, like, I feel like the energy's on, like the energy's on. That's the best way to describe it. And he is like touching all of us, like all at once. Okay. Whether you're willing to recognize it or not is totally up to you. That's totally your life choice. Okay. Because we all have choices here. Right. But I feel like this connection, this knowing, is going to become stronger. That's why you have to discern through things to get to your knowing, so that you can feel what is correct. Okay? Because your body will feel it. Your body will feel it. So I want you to tap into that. Pooja says, I'm finding that exact thing. Yay. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Oh, Robin's out there too. Let me write Robin down. Good to see you here, dear. And if I miss your names, just let me know you're out there. Just say hey in the chat or whatever. Yeah, so there's a lot of that going on right now. Like, I feel like everything's kind of like falling into place very fast. And I feel like our springtime, right? Because we're getting ready to get into spring here, like pretty soon. In Florida, it should be next week. But we're getting super close to spring, and spring is a great time of renewal, right? Renewal of your soul. We're coming out of hibernation in the wintertime. The grass is going to turn green. The flowers are going to start to bud. The trees are going to start to get their leaves back. There's just going to be this renewal. Okay, so I want this to be a renewal of yourselves as we walk into spring. Okay, I want you to use your imagination about what it is that you want to create to put out there. Okay, I feel like that's going to be important for you to get to where you need to go, and it's going to help you let go of the remnants of the things that you still need to let go of. Maybe it's thoughts or belief systems or whatever might be still holding you in that position. Okay, it's time to let that go. Let it go. Let it go. But I feel like this moving forward, this knowing, this understanding, and it's really like confidence. You know what I mean? Like if you can feel yourself with the utmost confidence, and you're just moving forward without a fear, you know what I mean? And we're all like connected or whatever. It's funny. It doesn't even show me anyone calling, but apparently spirit is connecting with us because that's the loons telling us I might be right. Yeah. So anyways, that's what I'm getting a lot of right now, my friends. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm glad to see so many of you popping in here. It's nice. Nice to see you guys out here this evening. And I know there's a lot of snow and a lot of winter still happening for a lot of you in the northern region of the United States and stuff. But just know spring is fastly approaching. You know, I feel like people are starting to plant seeds. You know, they're starting to put their seeds into, I feel like a lot of people are starting their stuff indoors. You know what I mean? I feel like you need to get your hands in the dirt and feel nature. You know, so if you're being called to plant something, you know, do it. It's funny. I think I talked about plants a lot last week too, because I feel like that's important for me. I've been out there weeding and doing stuff in my yard a little bit when it's not freezing. And I know you guys don't think it's freezing down here. Linda says lots of snow up here. Yes, I saw some pictures. I haven't seen a lot, but I have seen that you guys have had a lot of snow up there, my friend. All right. Welcome. All right. Oh, that's Samir. Samir, you started a new name or something. I will get who you are, Samir. I will figure that out. Welcome, my friends. So, yeah. But I want you all to think about what it is that you want to plan for this year without limitations or without obstacles in your way. Like, just create outside your box. Like, what is it you truly want to create? And I know there's a lot of us out there experiencing a lot of different things, right? Like, none of us are all exactly the same. We're all experiencing different things at different times in our lives. Whether, you know, it's our older parents that are in hospitals or, you know, recovering, or, you know, you're just newly parent, or you just newly moved, or there's a lot of different things. And there's a lot of things that I would never even come up with in that list. But anyways, we're all going through something different. So one of the things that I thought about this week and stuff was I don't know. I've done a lot of thinking this week. You know what I mean? A lot of thinking, a lot of reflecting, what it is that I need to do or want to do. So thinking a lot about those things as well, you know. So I'm going through a lot of the same things you are, depending on where you are in life right now. You know what I mean? So. But anyways, I'm super excited about where the future is taking us, because nothing can stop us. Nothing can stop what's coming. Nothing can stop where we're going. Like, we are like in a little freight train, and we're just the little engine that could, and nothing is going to stop us, and we're going to make it up over the little mountain. Yeah, it's been a long haul, and it hasn't always been easy, but those things are about to change for us. You know, if you connect into your, you know, your true north, right? Your soul, you tap into your soul, which is all knowing, right? And we chose these little vessels while we were down here, these little bodies to be in while we were here. And one of the things that we've been learning through this lifetime, you know, because maybe we have more than one, maybe it has been, you know, some people can recall past lives, some don't, but anyways, it all matters in this timeline. That's one of the things I want to make clear. It all matters in this timeline, where we are right now. It didn't matter what we did then. We're correcting it all in this timeline. So we might have started out like in our lifetimes, you know, maybe we've been good and we've been, you know, proper, law abiding, whatever it is that you want to call, you know, all through this lifetime. And then there's other of us that, you know, have gone through trials and tribulations through the first parts of our lives, and we've made bad decisions and we've hurt people, you know, but then we found, you know, it was all of a sudden like one day, you know, I'll never forget it. I'm going to talk about this today because that when God talked to me the first time, actually we had an argument. We argued, but I didn't want to forgive. I didn't want to forgive somebody that hurt me. And he's like, you need to forgive him. And I was like hell I do. You know what I mean? And we argued for like 3 miles, but God was right. I had to turn around and go find him, and forgive him. But I did that on my own terms, right? But God, like, he needed me to hear him in that moment so that I could get myself out of that place that I was in, because I was in a very, very, anytime that I would see that person, I would be triggered to the max. Like a very angry person. Okay. Just like all the anger that was like, I was like a bomb. And God's like, you can't keep going through life like this. This is not healthy for you. And I guess I was about 24 years old or so. Man, that was a long time ago now. But it's like when you hear and have that conversation with a higher voice that's not yours and it's God talking to you, there's like this connection, right? And I'd forgotten about that for a long time before I got into more of this psychic stuff, you know, getting into my abilities and actually using them and trusting them, because, you know, he's led me down this road, you know, to where I am now. And I'm not in a bad place. I'm very content. I could be happier. We could all be happier, right? Because there's, you know, the electric bill still comes. There's stuff that happens, right? But I feel like we're getting to the point now where there's going to be this major little shift. And I don't know exactly when or how it's going to happen, but we are in the middle of it now. You know, it's kind of like we're in the middle of this beautiful, beautiful shift. We can't even understand it. You know, it almost kind of reminds me of the little, you know, tapestry I have behind me. Like, you know, seeing things much brighter, much more vivid, much more realistic. You know what I mean? Even though it's probably AI looking. But, you know, just more richness in our lives here. You know what I mean? A lot of things have been lost that are going to be coming back. And a lot of things that need to be lost are going to be lost. So we're like swapping things out. We're swapping things out. That's what it feels. Excuse me. It feels like we're swapping things out. We got some stuff going on right now. You know what I mean? But again, it comes down to like having faith, right? God taught me to have that faith. And it took me a long time to get it. Sometimes you have to learn those lessons over and over and over again until you finally get it. But once you get it, you've got it. Okay? And it's all in due time, all in divine time. You had to go through those lessons because you chose to go through those lessons that many times. And it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. No one should judge you for that, because it's all like waking up, you know, one at a time or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's just craziness. Sharon says, thank you so much for sharing. So appreciate the awareness you've shared. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's my pleasure. Robin also says, I need to hear this. Wow. You're welcome, my friend. You're welcome. Yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot we could always talk about, and there's a lot of things that we could all connect in with. And apparently whatever's coming through right now is exactly what some of you actually need to hear right now. You know what I mean? Because I never plan for my show. I always say I wing it. You know what I mean? Because it's what comes to me in that time that needs to be talked about. You know what I mean? Because I could come up with 10 things, but then I get on and I'm like, we're not even going to touch those things. So, you know, just connect in and be authentic, right? Be your authentic self. Sometimes you don't know how to always do that, but definitely tap in to be your authentic self. You know, we're peeling back all those layers and everything. So do that. Pull the layers back and be your authentic self, my friends. All right, I want to welcome Kim out there. I see Kim out there on Facebook. Glad you're here too. And then I got, it looks like a Lily, maybe. Absolutely. I'm going to guess that's Lily because that's how it first starts off there. But it looks like you're a coder. So there's that too. So the codes are coming through, my friends. The codes are coming through. The codes are coming through to awaken you to who you really are. That's why it's super important to like pull back those layers right now. And some of us have been doing it our whole lives. Some of you are just stepping into it right now. You know what I mean? But it's all a beautiful thing. It's all a beautiful thing. Good night, Richard. Have a good night at work. Glad you were here for the time you could be here. Woo-hoo. And I got hopeful hope, and I'm pretty sure that's hope. Hope I'm writing you down. Glad you could be here, my friend. Long time no see. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. So where was I going with all that? Yeah. So yeah, I'm super excited about you guys. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, the energy is going to be intense as we keep moving forward. So just roll with it. Roll with it. Oh, I got Jackie out there too. I'm so glad you're here too. All right, so roll with the energy that's flowing out there. Woo! And I was right. It is Hope. Welcome, Hope. Glad you're here. Just roll with it. Just roll with it, my friends. It's kind of like getting in that lazy river. You know what I mean? And just roll with it, my friends. Just roll with it. Just where is it going to take you? And trust that the raft will always keep you afloat. And you're going to land in the exact destination that you're exactly you need to be in. Okay? Just know it's going to happen. Just know it's going to happen. Just roll into it. Roll into it. That's my word of the night. Roll into it. What else? Why would I use roll into it? Roll into it. But anyways, think about that. That's probably significant for somebody out there watching. So definitely pay attention. And again, I love being here. I love you being here too. Woo! I'm glad you're here. There's a lot of energy going on. A lot of energy. I have to tell you, since last week and we came into the Chinese fire horse season and we're getting into spring, I can tell my energy has shifted. Okay, my energy has shifted because I've noticed I'm dancing more. I'm moving the energy more, even when I'm in the car. There's a lot of stuff that I'm doing that I was not doing before. So I'm like, I like this. I'm getting my energy back. I'm feeling, more energetic than I felt in a long time. And again, I'm one of those people that I feel like I'm getting a lot of stuff done in just a couple hours that would normally take me like 6. I feel like, there must be some kind of like fast forward or something. I'm getting it all done and then rewinding time or something. I don't know what's happening, but there's a lot of that going on. All right. So this is a great time to have a word from my sponsors, beautiful Marsha Morse of Feng Shui My Space. If you guys are interested in changing up your energy, your house, your office, whatever it is, check out Marsha of Feng Shui My Space. Check it out, you guys. Awesome, you guys. Give Marsha a call today to change up that energy. Woo! Change it up for the good. Thank you, Marsha, for being a sponsor of the Joyful Finding Show. Yay! Now, you guys, it's almost the end of February, so there's a few more days left to use the code PARKS2. But if you guys are looking to get into using more natural products for your body, check out lolablueliving.com down in Northport, Florida. Check it out, you guys. Discover the art of clean living with lolablueliving.com. Handcrafted in Northport, Florida, our natural soaps, soy candles, and shampoo bars bring eco-friendly luxury to your daily routine. From refreshing sugar scrubs to soothing CBD massage creams, every product is made with love and care. Elevate your self-care game and shop now at lolablueliving.com. Feel good, live better naturally. And like I said, save 15%. Use Parks code by tomorrow night at midnight. And there'll be a new code next month. So thank you, Lola Blue, for being amazing and making amazing products. You guys, again, look at my hair. It's so pretty. I use the shampoo every day and the conditioner. I use all the products. So you guys check it out and check it out. I just love the stuff. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So there. Check it out. And they're great people, and we're supposed to be working within the community, right? And working and building community, right? Because, we've been told to stay home a long time ago, but I feel like people are getting back out and they're going to create new communities. So if there's a new business around the corner, if there's a new restaurant that just opened, if there's someone out there that's putting their crafts and their wares out there, go check it out. Check out the farmers markets, the little pop-up markets. Maybe there's something more to be seen and to help your fellow neighbor. That's what I'm saying. So shop local, my friends. Boo boo. And if not, find good products, even if you have to have them shipped in. But because if you guys are out there, you guys are not in Northport. There's a lot of you not out there. So get some of those products shipped to you. All right. So I did have one donation already, so I want to thank you, Sharon, for that beautiful donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is the message portion of our show this evening. So a donation is absolutely appreciated, but not necessary to receive a message. You guys can do that on whatever platforms that you're on. You can also use my Venmo if you want to. And again, those are most appreciated. Not necessary, but appreciated. Thank you. They help with all the abundance that we pass around with each other, right? Helping local small businesses, right? And if not, you could go over to my Google page and leave me a review. That's almost just as good, if not better, than a cash donation. Okay, you guys? Word of mouth. Word of mouth. So if there's anyone out there that needs a reading or needs an energy healing, just needs a little zap or whatever, have them look up my website, IamMelissaParks.com, and see what I have available out there. You know what I mean? There's even a way that you can just hit a button and you can schedule something if you want to, but if there's not a time there that works for you, just text me or email me and I'll reach out to you. I can make things work. I'm very flexible. But I have to have the schedule for myself. But I'm still flexible. All right. So, Sharon, you get to be number one this evening because you donated me over there. Yes. Community and unity. That's what I'm talking about, girlfriend. See, you know. Awesome. And if I'm going to name off everybody's name right now. And if I have not named you off and you do want a message this evening, drop your name in the chat. I have Susie, Richard, Maureen, Dia, Sharon, Pat, Barbara, Pooja, Ruth, Marsha, Linda, Robin, Samir, Kim, Lily, Jackie, Hope. So if there's anybody else out there that's looking for a little message this evening, you just drop your name in the little chat box and I'll get right to you. All right, Miss Sharon. Sharon, I haven't seen you in a little while. Where you been? Busy? Things have been changing. What you got going on? Let's see what you got. Oh, this is so pretty. I feel like you're in the middle of, it's so funny because I feel like you're, how do I want to explain this? Because I feel like you are mending, right? But I also feel like you are designing, and I feel like you are finding your way in a lot of different ways. Like, I feel like it's so funny because I feel like I was on this road and I was kind of like bebopping back and forth, And I feel like as you would get to one section, you would get rid of stuff. Like, so you've been in I would say in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to 9 months, you've been doing a lot of spiritual house cleaning. I'm going to call it spiritual house cleaning. and kind of like releasing a lot so that you could create what it is that you want to create. I feel like there were obstacles in the way, but I feel like you jumped over them. You might have took a little bit of downtime too, but now you're refreshed and you're ready to make leaps and bounds moving forward. And I feel like you want to be your own entrepreneur. I don't know if you already are. Are you already self-employed or whatever, Sharon? But I feel like there's something that you want to do to start on your own, even if it's a side business or whatever. I'm getting it's time to step into that right now because you need to be of assistance to more people moving forward. Okay, and I feel like you're going to be important in whatever this is you have going on. And I don't know if you're also in a love life, but I also see a partner coming into your life as well. So that's what I'm seeing for you, friend. Thank you so much for your donation, Sharon. Woo, woo, woo. All right, let's see. All right. I got messages going on too. I'll have to tap into that after the show, Linda. All right, let's see where, unless it comes up in your message now, because I can't read the message now. All right, Barbara. Better write some lines on here. Barbara, are you doing automatic writing? There is a new message coming through for you. I feel like I almost feel like this is your brother a little bit. And I almost feel like this is a little bit of your mother coming through. But I'm getting there is something like, how do I say this? Well, anyways, they're showing me you moving forward in a very, very, very straight, fast line. Okay, so I feel like maybe they're assisting you right now in this move forward that you're getting going. But I feel like you are signing on a dotted line, right? I feel like there's a signature happening, and the signature is super duper pretty. So I don't know if this is also a signature like on a contract, but a signature that you have like practice to put on your paintings and stuff. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I'm very cautious about how I'm writing it so that it comes out correctly, especially if you're using paint. You know what I mean? Because it's super hard to write your name with paint. But I'm getting creativity and no worries. We got your back. We got your back. We got your back. And no, you can't make any wrong decisions in this age, they said. Okay? So whatever you got going on with that, my friend. All right, Maureen. Maureen, you're just one of the girls that are just rolling with it. Okay, God, what do you want me to do? Just roll me in that direction. Because I feel like there's another opportunity coming up too. I feel like it's almost better. I feel like this was God's way of saying, wait a minute, I have something better for you. Because I feel like you still have a few things that you need to wrap up. Right? There's a few things that need to be wrapped up, and I feel like they're tidied up with a little bow and everything. And I think you know what this is because it's only a few weeks away, but I feel like this helps you wrap things up a little bit and gives you some clarity about moving forward. Because I feel like you're being pulled in two different directions. Like I feel like I have this tug of war going on. You know what I'm saying? But just know that it's all going to work out in the end, but they still want you to think outside the box. Maybe there's something that you were settling for that you are no longer going to be that person that settles for it. Okay. So I feel like there's something along that route for you, Maureen, and just know, So, and I usually see daisies with you. I'm seeing daisies, but I'm also seeing tulips right now. And tulips, when spring hits and they start to get warm, they're one of the first flowers that start to sprout. So there's something that's new that's coming for you in spring that is newly sprouting for you. And it's going to flower. Beautiful flowers, Maureen. So I'm going to leave that with you, my friend. All right. Samir. Samir. All right, Samir. I feel like you're on this balance board. I feel like I'm on like 3 different layers and I'm trying to balance my way all the way through them. I'm getting that you're not grounded right now. I feel like you need to ground yourself. So if you need to go plant your feet in the yard or whatever, I feel like being grounded would help you a lot. And like I talked about in the beginning of the show, something to do with planting, putting your hands in the dirt and getting the vibration of that and helping cleanse something. You know what I mean? Because I feel like you're trying to let go of some stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so letting go of that. Letting go of that. Yeah, so that's what I'm feeling for you, Samir. Going outside, doing like even doing some like Tai Chi or something like that where you're moving really slow, but you're connecting into it. I feel like that would be super duper important for you right now. So I'm going to leave that with you. Thank you, Samir. Sharon says, yes, I'm a Reiki master. Well, start doing some more of that then. Woo-hoo! That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. And you're welcome, Samir. You're welcome. All right, let's see who's next. All right. Kim. Kim the gypsy. Kim. You've been around and round and round. Okay, so what am I getting for you? So I am getting that you are what am I getting, Kim? I feel like there's a lot going on in your head. Like, I'm not sure I could grab onto just one thing because I feel like there's a little this, there's a little that, there's a little this, there's a little that, there's a little this, there's a little that. So I feel like there's a lot going on right now. I feel like you are on, it's funny, but I don't know where you are right now. And I think you almost told me last week or whatever, but I don't remember anything. But I feel like, Kim, you are on the road less traveled. And now you're like getting up to a highway and now you're going to be moving at a faster rate. You know what I mean? So I feel like you have some new adventures that are on the way, more traveling opportunities. And I almost feel like there's something that's going to bring you to the East Coast because I know you hang out way over there on the West Coast. But I feel like there's something that brings you to the West Coast. So that's what I'm getting for you right now, Kim. So I'm going to leave that with you. All right, and then I have a new one. I think this is Lily. So welcome, Lily. You're next. You have a lot of energy going on around you. You are pretty much, thank you, Barbara, for the donation. You're the best. Appreciate you. I got to put that there so I don't forget. Thank you. All right, so Lily, what I'm getting for you is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm getting like you're surrounded by your, I'm going to call it your spiritual posse because I feel like these are angels, guides, loved ones, your higher self. I feel like you are learning more about yourself. I feel like you've been one of the ones that have been pulling back the layers to find out about yourself. It's a lot easier because I feel like you already know a little bit about protection because I'm seeing bubbles. I'm seeing, but I also see you moving forward and you need something has been holding you back that won't allow you or has not allowed you to move forward. But I feel like you are going to move forward freely after this. And it's like you break free of all the old patterns that you still have brought forth that no longer serve you. Okay. So I feel like you're doing a little life review, kind of checking some of that stuff out so that you can create the better version of you, the authentic you, the one that's the one that's happy from the inside out and not the outside in. Okay. So I feel like there's a lot of shifts and change going on for you right now. And I'm super happy to see that for you. So thank you for being here. Pleasure to have you here. All right, let's see who's next. I think I can whip through all you guys. All right, Jackie. Jackie, I haven't seen you in a long time either. I love this. So there's a bunch of you old people coming back. Love it. All right, Jackie. Okay, so I feel like for you, there is a circle of people or a circle. Well, I'm not sure what this is, but there was some separation, some break in this circle of friends or whatever. But I feel like you are running parallel. Like there's still things that are happening, but they are parallel. You know what I mean? Like they're living out parallel. And this almost reminds me of like, I don't know if you're still on your farm or whatever, but this kind of reminds me of like the pasture, you know, especially like in the wintertime when all the cows like take the same path, you know what I mean? And they wear it down or whatever, you know what I mean? So I feel like there's this path that's being drawn for you, and it might be like looking like it's the, and I also feel like something's coming up about change about work. um you know, I don't know, do you want to retire or something? Because I feel like retirement can be in your near future. They're just saying that you don't have to work so hard, don't stress so hard, and do a little bit more self-care. So that's what I'm getting for you today, Miss Jackie. But I don't know why they're showing me cows in a pasture and walking that path. I think that's something that you know and will tap in to your knowing, because I don't have to understand it. Kim said, so many options. Yes, I did apply for a host job on the East Coast this week. Well, look at that. You're going to be coming out here probably. Lily says, yay, so good and positive. Thank you so much for sharing that insight. Totally clicks with the soul, is beaming to hear it. Woo woo. Keep beaming. Beam your lights. We're all shining so brightly. Dark is not allowed in this world anymore. You know what I mean? Because we've done a lot of the bringing the light forward. That's what we've done, my friends. That's what we've done. All right. So I just did Jackie. All right. Let's see who else we get. All right. Just want to make sure no one's tipping me over there. Linda, I did just get you now. Linda, the first thing I'm getting for you is put out the intention about what it is that is troubling you so that you can create the best possible outcome. And I promise to look at your message after my show and give you my insights on whatever that question was. But I'm almost feeling like it's like laser focus. Like you can only look this way about what it is that you're creating. I should probably look at you while I'm doing it. It's like, you know, but it's like I feel like I'm walking down this path and I just know everything that's going to happen and everything's going to be all right. You know what I mean? And I'm also getting your mom. Your mom is like, she wants to tell you to stay strong in what you're doing because you're doing what was right and what she asked for. It didn't always please everybody, but you're in the right. Okay. So I'm getting that for you right now. And then I'm also seeing something about little chickens. Are you getting new chickens this year? Because I'm seeing summer, spring, new chickens. So I'm seeing that for you, Linda. Thanks for being here, my friend. And she's known me all my life. She's probably known me since I was born. That lady right there. All right. So Richard. All right. Richard, you are doing 4 different things all at once. I feel like you have work. I feel like you are going to help at a new club or a new comedy club, or I feel like has something to do with entertainment in Oklahoma. Okay, so I feel like there's some kind of entertainment in Oklahoma that you're going to be assisting with. But I also feel like you have 4 things on your plate. So it's work and you have 3 other activities that you have going on. Maybe you're joining some kind of group. I know it's kind of hard when you work nights, but I feel like you have 4 things on your plate that you're going to be possibly rolling into a 5th. Okay. because I feel like you're going to be very busy as the summer comes through, but it's all things that you want to do and have fun at. You know what I mean? Woo-hoo. All right, so that's what I'm getting for you today. Richard. That's who I just did. My brain is like losing it. Like, who did I just read? Holy crap. All right, Susie. Susie. Susie, I'm seeing you sitting and playing cards with at least 4 people around a card table, or maybe it's a kitchen table, but just having fun, reminiscing. And I almost feel like you're playing like gin rummy or something like that, one of those old games that we used to play back in the day. But I feel like it's the group of people that's come together to play the game is what's important. Because I feel like the lessons and the things that are talked about are helping people to expand. So I don't know if this is something from your past that's helping you to remember something, or if this is something that's going to be happening in your near future that's going to bring more clarity into the things that you're doing. Okay, so I just feel like there's a lot of things going on, and I feel like, I feel like it's family-ish, but not necessarily family. So just feel into that. Feel into that. Woo! All right, so I'm going to leave that with you, Susie. All right, next is Hope. Good to see you, Hope. It's been a while. Man, it's been quite a while. Girl. All right, Hope. So I'm getting you, and I'm getting this new lit up energy around you. So there's either been a new revelation, a new beginning, a new opening, a new understanding. There's a lot of new going on around you, Hope. It has been a little while. So I'm feeling all this newness around you, right? And I'm feeling like you bringing the light into some situations that you've been involved in lately. Maybe it's friends, maybe it's family, whatever. But I see you bringing the light, because you show up and it's like, woo, and the light turns on, right? So I feel like there's hope for you, Hope. You know what I mean? But I feel like this is a bright light that's burning for you. Okay. So I also see your husband, okay? And I know he's passed over, and I'm sorry for that, dear. But he sends messages and love to you all the time. Like, the signs and the symbols are significant, I'm going to say, like when you see them. But I'm also seeing a new spark, okay? He's showing me a new spark, a new beginning, and this is supported. So I don't know what that is. Maybe you have a new interest, a new hobby. I don't know, but I feel like he's helping with this spark. It's like an ignition spark. You know what I mean? Maybe something that was dormant for a while, but it's something that needs to be sparked. It's almost like taking a match and sparking it against there, and it's just like lit up. You know what I mean? So I feel like there's something that helps you feel lit up again. You know what I mean? And I'm getting a lot of new around you. So there's something new coming for you, Hope. New beginnings for you, my friend. New beginnings. All right, let's see who's next. Robin. Robin. Huh. Robin, would your mother come? Because I feel like this is a mother figure or a grandmother figure. This was a stern being, okay? But they are like telling you it's time. Like, what are you waiting for? And I'm saying this a lot nicer than the way they just said it to me in my head, okay? But it's time. What are you waiting for? Again, there's something that you fear that you need to let go of. And there's going to be a great abundance when you have more faith than when you have fear. And I feel like your guides, your angels, and all the messages that you even give to others also validates that message for yourself. Okay, so that's exciting because there's the energy, the messages are coming to you, they're coming to your clients, they're coming to all that need that to awaken. So there's a new awakening that's inside you that's going to get you to move forward in a fast momentum, because I feel like I'm in a speedboat now and I'm just putting that throttle all the way forward. Like there's one taking off. Okay, so I feel like there's going to be a big change that's coming for you, Robin, that you're going to have no fear about, and you're just going to do it moving forward. So that's what I'm getting for you, dear. Thank you for being here, my friend. All right, Dia. Again, I'm hearing stars and stripes. Didn't we just talk about this again this week? All right, so I'm getting stars and stripes. All right, so maybe are the Olympics over or something? But I feel like this has to do with freedom, justice, and just well-balanced living in a way, you know what I mean? Where it's freedom and it's happiness. 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like there's a foundation that's being built. This could have to do with you guys building again, but I feel like this is a foundation being built to be built on. Okay, and you're being fully supported from the other side to build as many floors as you want, because you know we always start with the foundation and we have to go to the penthouse, but you're not building that high on the country. But you know what I'm saying. We're building the floors. So it's building in your mind's eye your desires. So I'm getting that because they're like, imagine just what it would look like. Just imagine what it would look like. All right. So there's that. I'm going to leave that with you, Dia. Yes, you need to have security, Robin says. Yes, you do. Fear of not having money to move. Thank you, Melissa. Well, have no fear. They'll give it to you. God works in mysterious ways. Oh, and Hope says a new grandbaby. Absolutely. Little Sparkle. No wonder you glow. There's a new baby. Oh, that's so special. I love that. Give love to the little baby. Give love to the baby. All right. I only have a few of you left. I got 2 minutes. I could probably fit you in. Pooja. All right. So I'm hearing the song Dancing on the Ceiling. Who sings that song? I have no idea. But they're wanting you to do things opposite. You know what I mean? That's what I'm getting by dancing on the ceiling. So do things opposite this week so that so it kind of throws other people off their balance a little bit. I feel like, you know what I mean? I feel like you reacting differently than you ever have is going to throw other people off balance so that you can get into the power and the energy that you do to create it into the momentum that you do. Okay, it kind of throws people off balance. So don't react or whatever. But I'm getting that there's a shift and a change that's going to happen for you with that, my friend. All right, so Pooja. And then we got Pat. All right, Pat. I feel like sound meditation is going to be good for you. I feel like you need to use it with your little ear pods in so that it really just focuses on that energy for yourself, for healing, and just allowing you to open your mind's eye to see bigger and better things. And I also want to say something else to you guys, but that's what I'm getting for you for today, Pat. Expansion and meditation. Ruth, I think this message goes for you and for everybody, but I feel like for Ruth, I am getting a little bit of something. You're like a little Rubik's Cube right now. I feel like you're being twisted all over the place and you're trying to find maybe your correct space or whatever. Just know that everything's unfolding in divine time and more things will be shown to you. So I want to say this because I feel like there's a lot of people watching right now. And I want to say thank you. Thank you for saying great show. You're welcome, Pooja. It is a great show because you guys are all part of it. But you guys, when I talk about this and we step into talking to spirit and to God, we always know that we have to put on our armor of God. We have to put up our magic bubbles or the shields or whatever it is that you want to put up around yourself so that we're only getting the highest and best information, right? Because that's our intention, only to get the highest and best information so that we don't lead anyone astray, right? And that bubble also protects us from the outside chaos that's going on, because there is some of that going on there. So bubble up, shield up, armor of God, whatever those verbs are that you need to do to dress yourself in that energy, do it. Okay, because right now it's going to be super important as we move forward. And if we do that, we don't get all that other clutter in our minds either, because the dark cannot penetrate in. They're repelled by it and they have to go the other way, because it's like, it's kind of like having on, your magnetic thing, and they can't attach to it. We repel them out. You know what I mean? But you guys, it has been an amazing show, and it's been because of all of you being here. I love each and every one of you. You're amazing beings of light. You're doing God's work on a daily. You don't even recognize it sometimes, because we're just walking the path, and we are walking that journey together to back home, to this new freedom, to this new world, this new beginning that we're creating in our mind's eye and bringing it to fruition. And all those memories will come flooding back for all the greatness that we're going to continue to create, and love each other. Just be you. Be your authentic self. And I love you. And I'll see you next Friday. Love you guys.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show.